Hey, what's going on, you guys? Today I'm doing some work on my rear radiator, and I figured since I'm doing some work on my rear radiator, I'd give you guys 5 reasons as to why I decided to go rear mount radiator on my car. I know a lot of people wonder, like, why do you even bother putting the radiator in the back? It seems like a lot of work to do that, but there are some reasonings behind it, so I'm gonna give you the 5 reasons why I decided to do it. And, if it's something that you think will work for your build, it might be worth something considering. So here's 5 reasons why I decided to go rear mount radiator on my car. Reason number 5, balance. So when you're building one of these cars, you're putting big turbos, stuff like that in the front of the car. You kind of want to get as much weight off the front end as you can, and you want to get a little more weight towards the back so you can make more grip. So having the radiator in the back of the car actually allows, water has a lot of weight. So, you figure you're taking that radiator out of the front, you're putting it in the back, you're moving some weight to the back of the car. It's not a ton, but any little bit helps. Same reason for like relocating batteries and stuff like that. I'd say the only negative to the weight aspect of it is that when you run all those lines, you are adding more water weight. So you are going to be making the vehicle a little bit heavier. But if you're putting the weight where it needs to be, it's not necessarily a bad thing. So that's reason number 5. Reason number 4, maintenance. Without having the radiator in the front and having it in the way up here, it actually makes it a lot easier to work on the car. You don't have coolant hoses in the way or anything like that. If you make everything nice, clean, and tidy like I did, it actually makes working on the car a lot easier. So maintenance is huge. You don't want things getting in the way that don't need to be getting in the way. And you're rarely working in the back of the car when you're at the track. So not having a radiator up there makes maintenance a lot easier sometimes. Reason number 3, cooling capacity. Now you would think that if you put the radiator in the back, it's not going to have that airflow that it had up in the front of the car, so it would be more prone to overheating. But actually, if you get good fans, a good set of fans will keep it cool in itself. But it doesn't hurt to have the addition of some NACA ducting. So I'm going to be running NACA ducting through quarter windows and a roof scoop. And on top of that, not even just considering airflow and stuff like that, but you have more volume of liquid in there, so it takes longer to heat up the liquid and cause the engine to overheat. So it can actually prevent overheating longer, and in some cases it will actually cool down faster, considering since you don't have all the heat soaking coming off the engine or a turbo or anything like that in the front. It'll actually help keep it cooler longer. So it's really good for keeping the engine nice and cool. Reason number 2, packaging. So when you start adding big turbos and doing dumb stuff like this, it's hard to fit a good size radiator in the front of the car. As we're in the back of the car, you could fit a much, much larger radiator. Now on my RX-7, we didn't have the time to do a rear mount radiator setup, so we actually kind of V-mounted the radiator, and it went almost like under the turbo, and we had all this heat coming off the turbo, heat coming off the engine, and it would cause the car to overheat all the time. And that goes back to maintenance as well. It was a pain to work on the car. So packaging is huge. So getting anything you can off the front of this, the better. And last but not least, reason number 1. The number 1 reason why I did it on the GTO, why I'm doing it on this car, is damage prevention. So in drifting, collisions happen. Sometimes you will, put the front end of your car into somebody. You'll crash into stuff here and there. It happens. It's racing. It's drifting. Not having a radiator in the front of the car to crack and leak fluid all over the place is huge. I could wad the front of the car up essentially, and as long as there's nothing to be damaged in the front, I can keep going. I can keep driving and finish the event. And having the radiator in the back and not in the front where it can get damaged, that could save your whole weekend right there. Damage prevention is the number 1 reason why I do rear mount radiators in my cars. And, it's paid off in the past, and, you hope it doesn't happen, but sometimes it does. So those are the 5 reasons why I do rear mount radiators on my cars. If it's something you think might work out for you, you might want to look into it. It's not cheap to do it correctly. You're looking at about $1,500 probably by the time you buy radiator lines, remote mount everything, pump, all that stuff. But it can help pay off in the end. So yeah, those are the 5 reasons why I do rear mount radiator setups. If you like this video, like it. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys later.